All right. I think not many people are joining today. Maybe vacation time, I guess. All right. So, what we are going to do today, I was supposed to take an SQL session, but I thought of, create an end-to-end dashboard with a front end in Excel and back end in Access. I think it will be more clear. We'll take multiple scenarios. We'll see an example of a make table query, example of append query, and then we'll also do a join. So accordingly, I have created the business questions. We'll also do a KPI. We also do. We'll also see how to calculate KPIs and just a bit of revision and also a resource utilization. Okay. Uh, एक minute. Just 1 minute. यशवे कुदर हुए थे हो कुलर हुए थे हो? चुप करा उनके. All right. So can you all see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So the very first question is what is the segment wise sales distribution? And the instruction that are given is use sales data. Okay, and we'll have a okay. So we have our data here. So I have emailed all the data sets to you all. So today, just few minutes back, I have emailed all the data again. So use that one. Ignore the previous one. Just get everything downloaded. Um, I have made some changes in the data. Okay. So let's start with the first question. What is the segment-wise sales distribution? Okay. So this is coming from the sales data. Let's understand the data first. So it's the same data that we have been using so far. So it is order data, and then it has monthly orders, customers, and then sales, profit, and everything. Okay, so what we need to see is segment-wise distribution. So we have segment here. We have three segments. Four the four segments we have: consumer, corporate, home office, and sales. Let's see how we can do that. So very first thing we'll do is we'll set up our database. I'll create a new access file. I'll name it as Superstore database. Okay. Now, okay. So now sales data is basically it is a, every month we need to replace the data. Okay. So the data comes in and we do not append it. We replace it. So I'll create a template. So we do not need template for sales data. I'll just create and I'll just include the data set. External data, new data, file. Okay. Now I'm linking this because every month our data will change. Okay. So let's say next month I will do one thing. What I will do is I'll open this data and replace the data. Okay. When the next month file comes in. So I'll just create a link table. First, this is checked. So we are good here. Sales data. Sales link data. Okay. So now, as we saw last time that we cannot directly link our link table with the pivot table. So we need to create a table, a static table, so that we can link it with the pivot table. Okay. So now the next step is we are just focusing on this right now. What is the segment wise age distribution only? Okay, I'll just create a simple make table query. Create. I will go to query design. I'll take this. Okay, and then I'll take the entire data. I'll just take the star. Okay, so it takes all the columns, and I will name this as, so it should be make table, and then we need to create a new table, that is sales make data. I'll name. I'll save this query as make query. Okay, I've not run the query yet. Now when I run the query, it will create a new table. Okay, it will create a new table with the name sales make data. Okay, everyone good so far? Any questions still here? Divya, Bhushan?
No, no, no.
Yes, clear, clear till now.
So now the next step is we'll start creating a so we'll see the best practice. I mean, we can do in different ways. First, we create the entire database based on the scenario, or we do both simultaneously. Like create a database. Uh, uh, we'll do basically simultaneously create one portion of the database, and then we'll also do a Excel dashboard. So I'll create a new Excel and I'll name it as dashboard. ये क्या open हो गया? That's not an Excel. From external data, sorry, choose connection, browse new, access stage. Okay, so because we have only one table, it has directly taken. Suppose if you have multiple table, it will ask you to select the table. Okay. Now the first question is, uh, what is the segment wise sales distribution? Okay, I'll take segment. Okay, so I'll just copy this data and put it on my dashboard and create a pivot table out of it. I want percentage. Okay, so we have answered our first question. It is very similar to what we did, during our Excel training, but the only difference is we are using a database. Okay, we using Access database instead of handling data in Excel itself. Okay, so we all are good, right? It's very simple and straightforward. So we'll move on to our next data. Show monthly trend for order return. Okay, now the scenario is, every month we get a separate set of data, which is basically to understand how many, orders which were placed have been returned. Okay, so these are the data set. So we have 3 months ka data: June, July, and August. Okay, uh, so the scenario is, once we update the sales data, see, after 2 3 days, we also get a order return data. Okay, say I'm in the month of June, I updated my sales data. Okay, and I also received a order return data. Now from this entire data set, I want to understand how many orders have returned. Okay, we'll use that. So for this, I will create a working file, because every month I'll get this return data, and I need to append that data one below other. Okay, return order working. I'm creating a template. Okay, so I've updated my June ka data into the template. I'll close this. Okay. Now in my database, I need to, very first thing, I need to create a link table to link my working template, and then I'll create an append. Someone is trying to join. At any point, if you do not understand or if you have any queries, please stop me. Okay. Create external data, new data source, Excel file. I need to create a link table to link my working template. First row contains column heading, uh, link. Okay. Now this is my order link data. Uh, Now the scenario is, we need to, out of the total sales data, we need to understand how many orders were written. So this is my sales ka data. We need an additional column here. Okay, in this same data set, we need an additional column to understand how many orders were written. So I'll create a query. I'll take sales ka data. I'll take order link ka data. Okay, now the common field is order id. So I'll join my two data set using order id, and the type of join that I will define is the left join. Okay, we have an equi join, left join, right join. So the most relevant is include all data. We want all data from sales make data, and only those records from order return which joined are equal. Okay, so I'll take this one. Okay, now I'll not take all the uh, you know uh, fields from this. I'll just take order ID, then consumer name, then sales, then month. Okay, and from here I will take return. Okay, so I think first four fields are coming from this data set, and the last field is coming from this data set. Is everyone clear what we are trying to do here? Any questions, Bhushan, Amit?
No,
Okay,
no, no.
all right. So we are good. Okay, so now we need to create an append query. Okay, because this order data will come every month. Okay, as we move to the month of August, we'll get August ka data. When we move the month of the next month, we'll get next month's data. So very first step is to create a make table because we need a new table to hold this data set. Okay, I'll take I'll name this as sales and data. I'll run the query so that it creates a new data. We are creating make table just to create a table. Okay, but we need to save it. While saving, we need to change it to append data. Everyone clear why we are? Huh? Someone trying to join the meeting? नहीं है. Okay, कहाँ पे था मैं? हाँ, एक मिनट. Okay, we'll run this query. So we have okay, we are creating make table to create a new table. Okay, I'll run. You are about to paste into a new table. It is saying yes. Okay, so it created a new table, but while saving, I'll save it as append table, and I want to append into the sales append data, which is good. Okay, I will name this as um, I'll name this as append query. Okay, so we have created two query. First is make table query, which is putting data into this. Second is append table query, which is putting data into sales append. Okay, I'll save and I'll close this. Now assume we are into next month. Okay, sales data. Assume that we have changed the sales data every month. We get a sales data here. You know, and we do not have to append that. We just need to replace and put the data. So that we have done. And order data we have received for July. So what we will do, we'll go to return order working. We'll remove June ka data and we'll put July ka data. I'll go to my uh, this database and I'll run an append query. Okay. For my monthly activity purpose, I will run both the queries. Okay. I'll first run a make table query. Yes. Yes. Okay. So it has replaced the data and this one will, you are about to append. Yes. Okay. Now in my sales append data, you'll have uh, oh, I think there is one error. Huh. So when we say this, yes, we'll have June and July both. Okay, we are good. Okay. All right. So what we have done is, we for order that is getting returned, we have created an append query so that we get to know how many orders which were placed and how many orders have been returned out of those orders. Because we want to answer the next question, that is, show the monthly trend for order return line chart using order return monthly data. Okay. Now similarly, we are into third month. Okay, August month. I will in my order working data. I will remove this and I will open order return August. I'll go and I'll run an append query. Okay. Now when you check the append data and you filtered on return, you should see 3 months, that is June, July, and August. Everyone understood what we are doing. I know it is a bit confusing, but it's very important that we understand. It's very important we understand that what is append data, because this kind of what we are learning right now is just a 10% of manual like manipulation or data massaging that we need to do on daily basis in the real world scenario. Okay, talking about the real world scenario, this is nothing as compared to what we the complexity that I have to deal with it in my current. It's too complex. I mean, what we are learning is just 10-20% of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to understand the concepts. Why we created this append table. Why we created this make table. What are we trying to achieve? This it's very important to understand.
So Piyush, make table will be like as per our requirement, and once we make the table, then we will append it, right?
So depend upon your scenario. Suppose if your data is getting replaced every month, okay, एक जो data set है, say in this data set, I am replacing, I'm not appending the data. Okay, so I've created a make table query. वो ये make table query क्या करेगा? ये जो डेटा है, ये जो डेटा सेट है सेल्स डेटा का, इसमें जो भी डेटा है, it will first delete this records from this table and put the new data. Okay, इसमें क्या करेगा? It will not delete the existing data, it will just append the data from this query.
Okay, okay.
ओके, वो यहाँ से ले रहा है, इसे इसे इसका ये यूज करके हम लोग ने बनाया
So
सेल्स में एक।
make data will replace, and the append table will add
हाँ, विल
the.
ऐड वन बिलो अदर।
Okay.
ओके, लेकिन हाँ इसी में से ले रहा है वो, इट इज जॉइनिंग ऑर्डर रिटर्न का। ओके, बिकॉज वी नीड एन एडिशनल कॉलम टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ मेनी ऑर्डर्स वर रिटर्न।
Mhm. So
ओके,
that table is like customized, like as per our requirement.
हाँ, राइट। ओके, नाउ गेट इन, we'll get into our this uh, dashboard. Okay, I'll close this first. Dashboard. I've created a separate. This is the best practice that I follow. I mean, I all my pivots I create in a separate worksheet, and dashboard I keep it separate. Now we'll bring our pivot table from external data source. Choose connection. Browse for more. This is dashboard. Sales superstore. Now it should ask for selecting. Okay. Okay. Our line chart, the order return trend that we want to see will come from my sales append data. Right. I'll click OK. Now I need month. Okay, I need return as yes. Okay, and I need, you can take order ID ka count. Clear? So this is answering our second question. We need a trend of how many orders were returned. Okay, so we have 3 months ka data and this is what it is showing. So we'll just copy this and we'll create a line chart out of it. So we have answered our second question now. You can just add a label. Okay. So in August, we can see there is a, something happened. So basically, the objective of this what the insights that we are getting from this is basically, something that something was really wrong with the month of August. There was some quality issues or something was there, because of which the order got returned. Okay. So think it, try to relate it with the real business scenario, like let's say Amazon. Okay. In the month of August, uh, there was something wrong. Maybe some product was defective, or some vendors was providing defective products, and because of which the return numbers are high. Okay. Everyone clear, right? Everyone clear with what we did? So,
Yes.
so Javed, how is your experience so far?
सॉरी सॉरी पीयूष एक कुछ पूछना था मुझे. हेलो.
Yeah, yeah.
अच्छा, ये फिगर जो है वो ऑलरेडी डाला हुआ है ना, फिगर सिर्फ वो पुल कर रहे हैं ना वहां से रिटर्न्स का.
हाँ, डेटाबेस में हम लोग ने यस लिया था ना, तो यस का काउंट दे रहा है वो.
ओके 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 फाइन.
सी, ये देखो, यस जितना ऑर्डर आईडी लिया मैंने, जितना भी यस फिल्टर किया ना, तो यस जितना भी है उसका काउंट दे रहा है वो.
ओके फाइन ओके.
राइट. So Javed, how is your experience so far with Access? Not sure if it's available. Okay, we'll continue. Uh, okay, we'll move to our next question. Okay. Now, a KPI 90% of orders should have conversion rate greater than 80%. We need to calculate two KPIs. Okay. Let's understand 90% of orders should have conversion rate 80%. And then the second, okay, we'll focus on first KPI. Okay, we need to do some working in our Excel. Now, this is my sales data. This is the conversion rate. Okay, we need a KPI one. I'll create a new column. I'll color this with, I'll write an if statement. If this is greater than equal to 0.8, then 1, else 0. What I'm saying is, if my conversion rate is greater than 80%, then 1, else 0. Okay. Now, what is my second KPI? Well, second, yeah, 70% should have delaying less than 100. Okay. KPI 1, KPI 2. Equal to if is less than equal to 100, then 1, else 0. Okay. All right. So I have added a two new column in my main data set. Okay. This is my main data set. Well, on top of that, we are doing some analysis. Okay. In the same data sets, we are trying to find out how many orders were returned. We are also trying to calculate KPI. Okay. Now, assume we are in the next month. We have got a new data. Sales का data, new data आया मेरे पास. Let's say, I just don't want to confuse you all though. हाँ, let's say ये मेरे पास नया डेटा आया सेल्स का, एंड आई वांट टू रिप्लेस इट. सो मैं यहाँ से कॉपी करके आई विल पुट इट इन माई ये, बट आई विल नॉट रिमूव दिस कॉलम सर, बिकॉज दिस इज फॉर्मूलास. मैं पूरा डिलीट नहीं करूंगा. आई विल जस्ट डिलीट यहाँ तक. ओके. एंड देन आई विल need to ensure that the columns number of columns are same. Okay. So now we are next month. We got a new data. We just need to replace this data in our database. So we already have a make table setup, but now while replacing, we will have an additional two columns in our data set, that is KPI1 and KPI2.
फ्यूचर स्क्रीन लैग हो रहा है क्या?
लैग हो रहा है क्या? I mean, I'll try to be a little closer. uh, I think it should be better now. I'm getting a full signal. So did we have
Okay.
have we understood what we are trying to do?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is our main database. Okay, every month we get this data, but we we don't get a monthly data. हम लोग को पूरा साल का डेटा आता है इसमें, कि we get full year का डेटा, till date का डेटा आता है, and then we replace the data. Okay, we replace the data, and then I have created in two new column to answer our KPI का questions. Everyone understood why we are doing? Divya, are you able to understand what we are trying to do?
Yes, 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 sir.
You're getting it right? Okay. So we'll close this and we'll open our. I think we need to close our dashboard also, because it will be read only then. So this is my database. Okay. Now when I see, this is the table that we have created earlier, but the two columns are missing. Okay. We do not have two columns here. Now when we run a make table, it deletes this table and creates a new table. So that will not be an issue. So we'll just run a make table. Okay, and now when we see, we'll have those two new columns here. Okay, so what this table is doing, it is a link. It is basically taking all the data from the sales link data. This is my sales link data, and this is linked with sales data. So whatever we data we put in this sales data का, okay, जो भी data हम लोग यहाँ पे डालेंगे, it will bring that data into my sales make table. Okay, फिर से if I run, not, फिर से if I run, it is just the existing table will be deleted before you run the query. I will say yes. Okay, now इसमें आ गया. Understood? Divya, Bhushan,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Amit.
Yes, yes, Piyush.
Okay, ठीक है. Now we will answer our question. We will have to create a little bit of formatting now. Um, किधर गया? I need to bring data source, choose connection, browse for more, dashboard, sales superstar. Now, Aksha, I should have conversion rate 80%. Okay, we have month will take, and count of order ID. Okay, so count of order ID we have taken because we want a count of all the order जिसमें से कितना KPI मीट हो रहा है. Okay, so this is out of 381, it is saying that 109 orders may the conversion rate was greater than 80%. Okay, now we will, everyone understood this pivot? We'll take
Yes, yes. Yes.
okay, we'll just create a little bit of formatting here. ये क्या है?
Conversion more than 80. Less than or equal to 80. More than or equal to
Just remove this. Let it be. Okay. Now, see a 3 months ka I need to find. I'll say write a simple get pivot. We need to do a pivot this divided by this. Okay. But what we are saying right now is wrong because हम लोग को जून मंथ का चाहिए and it is giving January. So we will link it with my month. Okay.
Hmm.
Coincidentally it is same है क्या? देखते हैं हम लोग. Divided by I7. Same ही है. Okay, so we have answered our first KPI. Okay, so that is 28%. So we are very, I mean, this because this is not a real data, we are seeing a very, very huge difference. Our target is 90% of orders should have conversion rate. So we are, not meeting our target. We are way, way far than our target. Okay. Now we'll move on to our next KPI, that is 70% of order deal aging. I'll copy the format upper ka. Okay. So I'll not create an entire, I'll not create the connection. We can use the same connection from this pivot. I'll just copy this pivot and I'll take, all I need to change is the second one. This I'll remove and I'll take KPI 2. Okay. So, and in my dashboard, I need to do this divided by this. I will link my month June. Okay. Do a bit of formatting. Now here we'll do a grouping. So basically what we'll do, we'll keep our latest month visible all the time. Understood everyone so far?
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay. So we have answered this too. Okay.
Okay.
So everything that we are
Okay.
doing, we are using only Excel for the dashboard purpose. Okay. And the
Mhm.
backend and everything is in our Access database. Uh, Now the last question, that is, क्या है वो resource calculate resource utilization for all
All
team member
team
by
members of the data for June.
total monthly hours. Huh. So let's see the data first. We have RU data. We have total how many? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven resource. Okay. So one person एक week में available होता है 40 hours. Okay. So in a month, चार assuming there are 4 weeks in the month of June. So it will be available 160 hours. Okay. And 160 into 7 will be uh, into 7, that will be 1120 total hours. Okay. So now we will calculate. Let's first create the data, remove duplicates. So this is my team members
Hmm.
and month है तो जून का. Okay. But by project है ना. Okay. So we have दो project है. I'll merge this cell. Okay. Bear with me for a minute. Okay. Now this is what we need to fill. Okay. We need a utilization, um, resource utilization for these two projects. अच्छा यार ये क्या है? Okay. Let me recollect a bit. Huh. So we'll bring that data. Okay. RU ka data in our Access database. Now RU ka data is again a monthly data. Okay. So every month resource utilization ये जून का calculate हो रहा है. Next one will be uh, July. Currently we'll see only for June, but we'll keep a provision for July also. So yeah, let's start with the. So we need a. I mean, what kind of query we will create? Can someone answer? I mean, what type of query we need to create?
Make table.
No, we need append because every month we'll get this data ना. जून का then we'll have. See, we need to. हम लोग को जून का भी बताना है, जुलाई का भी बताना है, then कि we need a data set month wise, right? इस
Okay.
सिनेरियो में क्या था कि जून और ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, ओके? यहाँ पे मंथ वाइज नहीं था, इट वाज रिप्लेसिंग द डेटा. यहाँ पे अगेन वी हैव every month, so we have used append here. Here again we have month wise, so we'll have an append query. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
हाँ. So currently we are doing it for June, but next month again July का utilization का data आएगा that we need to show. So very first thing we'll create a working file, working template. Are you working? Okay. We'll put June का data into. Are you working? I'm creating this. Actually, I need a heading also because I'm creating the template for the first time now. This is my working template. अभी next month जब भी होगा, I will remove this data. I'll pull July का data. Okay. So now let's create a database. I'll go to external data. I'll go to Excel. I'll create a link table here. Browse and take it from dashboard. Are you working? First table, which is good. Now, are you link? So this is linked with my working template. Everyone is getting it right why we are doing this. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So this is the new work link table that we have. Now we need a append query because every month data आएगा. Okay. सी इस केस में भी सेल्स डेटा में भी एवरी मंथ डेटा आ रहा है, ओके? बट उसमें क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग? वी आर जस्ट रिप्लेसिंग द डेटा बिकॉज हम लोग को वी नीड टू शो द ओवरऑल पिक्चर. गेटिंग इट? यू गेटिंग द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द अपेंड एंड द मेक टेबल, राइट? सी देयर विल ऑलवेज बी टू सिनेरियोस व्हेन यू डू द रिपोर्टिंग. इधर आपका डेटा रिप्लेस होता है पूरा या फिर अपेंड होता है, ओके? दिस केस में रिप्लेसिंग बिकॉज वी वांट टू शो द पूरा टिल डेट का डेटा हम लोग को उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन परसेंटेज देखना है. हियर वी वांट टू सी द मंथली ट्रेंड ऑफ रिटर्न, सो एवरी मंथ कितना रिटर्न हो रहा है एंड वेट हेंस वी नीड अपेंड डेटा हियर. यहाँ पे अगेन इट विल बी अपेंड बिकॉज मंथ मंथ है यहाँ पे भी. I know it will be little confusing, but this, it's very important to understand. When you get into this profile, you need to understand, and it will definitely come over a period of, once you start working, you will definitely understand based on the different scenarios. But try to create your own scenario and try to understand why, on which what scenario we'll use append, what scenario we'll use make table, and it's very important to understand. Okay. Now let's create a query design. I'll do ru link. I'll take entire data. Okay. I do not want to join or anything, so I can take entire data. Very first thing, I'll create a make table because I need to create a new table in my database. Okay. Ru database. I'll just create a new table. Ru, and I'll name this. I'll run a query so that it creates a new data. नहीं ये 48 ही है. There's some issue है. नहीं है actually. I'll run this query. Okay, so we have got new database here. Now while saving, I'll change it to append and I will say table append to table name. Okay, and I will save this as are you append. Okay, now okay, we already have a data जून का डेटा इसमें. Now suppose inadvertently by mistake you create, तुमने वापस ये कर दिया और यहाँ पे डबल डेटा हो गया. ठीक है, नाउ दिस इज बेसिकली यू रन द append query once again inadvertently and you have duplicate data for June. So in this case what you will do, you will create a delete query. Okay, ये आर यू append में से आपको जो जून का डेटा डुप्लीकेट हुआ उन्होंने निकालना है. नाउ इट्स रियली डिफिकल्ट टू सेग्रीगेट. ओके, बिकॉज जून एक ही मंथ है. सो मैं क्या करूँगा, पूरा जून का डेटा निकाल दूंगा एंड देन आई विल रीअपेंड. You are about to see there are double records 48, 48, 96. I'll delete all the records. Okay, I'll not, it's temporary query, I did not save it. Now see the table is blank. Now if I run the append query again, ru append, it will just put the 48. Okay, so I got the data again, which is the correct data. In first case I by mistakenly run the query twice, so the data got duplicate. Understood? So Amit, you had this similar query, right, in the start of the session?
Yes,
Yeah.
Piyush, yes.
So this is what we need to do. ठीक है, हम लोग आर यू का डेटा आ गया. देन वी विल नाउ गेट इनटू आवर डैशबोर्ड. लेट मी सी द डेटा फर्स्ट इन टोटल अवेलेबल. I'll go to my pivot. I'll create a one more. I'll go to insert pivot, external data source, choose connection, browse for more, dashboard, superstore. Now this is the table I need to select. Okay, what I need is team member, uh, mm, project, and signed hours. अच्छा, प्रोजेक्ट नहीं, क्या है? ये प्रोजेक्ट कुछ तो गड़बड़ हुआ है डेटा कॉपी करते टाइम. टीम अकाउंट्स पेबल है ना, प्रोजेक्ट ये है तो फिर ये कैसा हो गया?
पिवट में टीम्स ही डाला है आपने.
मैं प्रोजेक्ट डाल रहा तो ये आ रहा है, टीम आ रहा है. देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग ना, मतलब एक्सेस में आई थिंक कुछ तो गड़बड़ हुआ है. यहाँ पे कैसा गया है? आर यू लिंक में प्रॉपर है, यहाँ पे भी बराबर है. क्या हो रहा है ये? स्ट्रेंज यार. विल डिलीट दिस and we'll data is proper. Okay, we have team में accounts payable, we have project में Canada and ops. This is what it should show in the pivot. ये क्या हो रहा है? insert, choose connection, pause for more. अच्छा यही है ना अपना डेटाबेस. आर यू ओपन? Okay, now it's proper. You don't know क्या हुआ था. Okay, you need team member. Team member I want here. Okay, and I want assigned hours. Okay, ठीक है. Now get into our total hours. एक बंदे का कितना है? 160 for the month. It is 160. Okay. So we want to understand Canada ops में कितना utilized है और North America ops में कितना utilized है. So I'll do a get pivot. Canada ops divided by, for one person, 160, right? It's one should be 160 because एक बंदे का 160 hours है. Now we need to drag it this way. Yeah, so B11. I'll project. I will Canada ops and I will freeze. बस formulas. Okay, now just to update, see, I do not have a July का data, but just assume that कि July का data same है utilization and we'll just do a dummy update. Okay, RU data आया, मैंने डेटा, समझो ये जुलाई का डेटा आ गया मेरे पास. ओके, मुझ सेम डेटा है, जुलाई का डेटा आ गया. मैंने क्या किया, आई जस्ट आर यू वर्किंग में से आई विल रिमूव डेटा. यहाँ से आई विल रिमूव डेटा, आई विल पुट जुलाई का डेटा इसमें. मेरे पास जुलाई का फाइल आ गया. एंड नाउ इफ आई नीड टू क्लोज माई डैशबोर्ड फर्स्ट, वो रीड ओनली आ जाएगा. आई गो टू माई सुपर डेटाबेस, आई विल रन आर यू append query. 48. Now I open my dashboard. अच्छा, यहाँ पे तो मंथ तो लिया ही नहीं मैंने. ठीक है, वी नीड टू टेक मंथ. राइट नाउ इफ आई टेक, सी अभी सिर्फ जून है. व्हेन आई रिफ्रेश दिस pivot इट शुड हैव जुलाई का. ये वी नीड टू डू इट अगेन बिकॉज हमने पहले मंथ लिया नहीं था. विल डू इट अगेन. डिवाइडेड बाय 160. मंथ ठीक है, मंथ वैसे ही रहने दो. Project को we will link it with the project and we need to freeze only row. Team member, we need to link it with the team members and freeze only column. Okay, and then July में मैं I'll यहाँ पे I'll just change it to July. ये जो मेरा सेल है ये मर्ज सेल है, so I think it's not proper to, it's not, if you link it it will not work properly because so मैंने 3-4 सेल को लिंक करके मर्ज करके मैंने ये सेल बनाया है. So we will manually update it. Okay, data will same because we have pasted the same data. Everyone understood the entire exercise, you know. Only one chart we did a make table. For all other chart, you know, we did an append query. Now one more thing I want to show you. Okay, everyone is clear, right? Any questions? Okay, now let's do a working. This मेरा real time working. हम लोग अगस्त सितंबर का डेटा अपेंड करते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पे तो सितंबर का बनाया नहीं ना अपन ने. अगस्त है, ठीक है. ठीक है ना, यहाँ पे बना देते हैं. KPI में है क्या? नहीं, 100 है. नहीं, वो डेसिमल की वजह से, बट यहाँ पे देखिएगा तो 100 है. एक मिनट, लेट मी जस्ट थिंक ऑफ. we are done with setting up our dashboard. Okay, our entire dashboard is ready. हम लोग का backend working is ready है. Now we have created a fully automated dashboard. Okay, all we need to do that next month when we come in, we need to update these files. Okay, let's see, you know, how to do that. लेट्स से मेरा नेक्स्ट मंथ में मैं आ गया. मेरा फर्स्ट स्टेप विल बी मेरा सेल्स का डेटा मैं चेंज करूँ. सेल्स का डेटा अज्यूम मेरा सेल्स का डेटा पूरा आई हैव रिप्लेस्ड, आई हैव सेव दिस फाइल. आई विल एक मिनट, मेरे को सितंबर का आई नीड ए डेटा. I'm just creating a working, just bear with me for a minute. September. Okay. September का एक फाइल आई विल गेट. Just bear with me, I will explain what I'm doing. Okay. ओके, अभी मेरे पास ऑर्डर का सितंबर का डेटा है. सो आई विल पुट दिस डेटा इन माय ऑर्डर वर्क लिंक. किधर गया? हाँ, रिटर्न ऑर्डर लिंक, रिटर्न ऑर्डर वर्किंग में. आई विल रिमूव अगस्त का डेटा हियर एंड आई विल पुट सितंबर का डेटा. सो दिस इज माय हर मंथ का वर्किंग. ओके, मेरा डेटा फाइल्स अपडेट हो गया. देन आर यू मेरे पास अगस्त का आया है, मैंने अभी तक जून जुलाई का अपडेट किया ना. सो आर यू वर्किंग में assume that we have a अगस्त का. Are you just changing the month here? You can assume that it is August का data updated. Okay, so my my first step is done. I'm into new month. I have updated all my data files now. Okay, now I need to update my dashboard. यहाँ पे जाके I need to run the queries now. Okay, so very first thing I need to run is make table query. ये important है because मेरा first data इसमें आना चाहिए. Like, so instead of, so if there may be a scenario where you have lot of queries and you may forget the sequence, no? So for that you can create a macro. यहाँ पे macro का option है, create a macro. यहाँ पे ये क्या रहेगा, run ना. एक मिनट. हाँ, run.
रिकॉर्ड रहेगा क्या?
नहीं नहीं, run macro है शायद, मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा. एक मिनट, I'll just run macro है. एक मिनट, किधर गया, run नहीं है. हाँ, open query है, open query. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we need to give a sequence here. मेरा first मेरे को run करना है make table का. Okay, and then I click on this. I again need to create an open query, or second you can give any sequence, ये दोनों में से, but very first it's important we need to run the make table query because this is our main data set. Second I will give my append query. Okay, so I'm just setting up a sequence here. And third I will give again open query, and third I will give my RU append query. Okay, and this I will save as macro monthly run. Okay, so यहाँ पे देखो macro आ गया यहाँ पे. So instead of one by one selecting and running the query, all you can do is just click on this and you are about to run. It will just sequence wise, whatever sequence you have given in a macro, it will run the queries. So very first it is doing it is running a make table query. I say yes, yes, yes. Now it is running an append query. I'll say yes, you're about to open. Yes, you are about to open. Yes. Now third it is running the 48 case में RU ना, RU का, RU का. Okay. So instead of clicking one by one, you can create a macro. And now if you open the dashboard, we'll have a September का data updated. अभी all you need to do is go to data and do refresh all. सितंबर का डेटा क्यों नहीं आया? यहाँ पे आना चाहिए था ना. अच्छा, ये मैंने मैनुअली लिया ना. ओके, या आई शुड हैव टेकन, यहाँ पे VLOOKUP लेना चाहिए था. Ideally if you create an automation, I just did a hard code because, but what you can do is you can see we have a September का data here. ये डेटा का रेंज भी. ओके, आरयू में क्या आ गया था हमने, अगस्त का था ना. ओके, नाउ दिस सेम थिंग विल बी फॉर अगस्त आल्सो. change it for August to show data. ओके, यहाँ पे भी आ रहेगा ना? Understood what we did. So we created an end-to-end automated dashboard. Okay, all we need to do is update these files. Yeah, every month का activity क्या रहेगा आपका? You will come, you'll update these files and run a macro, and all you need to do is refresh the dashboard, and your dashboard should get populate the latest month का data. Understood?
वो फाइल्स को अपडेट करने के जगह पे वी कैन ऑल्सो मतलब सेम नेम का फाइल अगर वहां पे डाल दिया एवरी टाइम
हाँ
तो भी
हाँ
चलेगा ना?
हाँ, बट
ओके
लेकिन अपेंड में नहीं वर्क करेगा ना वो. इट विल रिप्लेस द डेटा ना. अपेंड के लिए यू नीड अ वर्किंग फाइल. ओके,
ओके
right ना?
ओके
Understood ना?
या
Replacement it will
यस
work. So you are right, replacement it will work. But for append you need a working template where you can, you know, put the data and then run an append query.
ओके या
Macro you understood, go to create a macro, and there are various options available. We'll choose an open query, and then we can assign the sequence that we want to run. It's very important because what we have created is just a very small database, but in real world the database there will be a lot of queries and everything. It's really difficult to remember the sequence that you want to run. Now हम लोग केस में it's important that we run make table query first, because it brings the this sales का data, main data, then run these two queries. So the sequence is important. तो अगर गलती से ये पहले रन कर दिया और बाद में ये रन किया तो it will mess the data. Okay.
या एंड सर जैसे केपीआई 1 एंड केपीआई 2 के लिए हम लोग को पूरा टेबल वापस बनाना पड़ा तो हम लोग एक्सेस में ही नहीं बना सकते हैं क्या केपीआई 1 एंड केपीआई 2
हाँ, बना
यूजिंग
सकते
मैक्रो?
हैं. एक्सेस
ओके
में भी फॉर्मुलेशन कर सकते हैं, बट इट इज़ नॉट ए बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस. मतलब यू आर सेइंग दैट यू नो, वो न्यू कॉलम हम लोग ने जो ऐड किया वो ना.
हाँ हाँ मतलब यहाँ पे अगर सपोज मेरा अभी 3-4 महीने का डेटा हो गया एंड देन मुझे केपीआई 1 केपीआई 2 ऐड करना है तो इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग ऑल दैट अगेन
हाँ, लेकिन आप लोग का
यहाँ
सिनेरियो
पे
में,
भी
हाँ हम लोग का सिनेरियो में डेटा रिप्लेस हो रहा है ना. दैट इज देन इन दैट केस इट विल नॉट मेक एनी डिफरेंस.
ओके
समझा ना? अगर अपेंड हो रहा है तो या यहाँ पे भी कर सकते हैं. आई थिंक देर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड, कुछ तो है यहाँ पे. I don't remember because we generally don't create formulas in Access, but there is I mean, that option is available.
ओके ओके फाइन फाइन
I need to recollect.
हाँ वो
ये
अगर
भूल गया.
मतलब एक्सेल से तो ज्यादा ही कॉम्प्लिकेटेड रहेगा
हाँ, एक्सेल इज इजी. बेस्ट वे इज
यस
एक्सेल में ही कर दो आप. ओके.
ओके ओके या
अगर मैं आपका अपेंड क्वेरी है तो फिर दैट इट्स लिटिल कॉम्प्लेक्स. अगर 3-4 महीने के बाद 2 कॉलम ऐड करना है तो देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ वर्किंग यू नीड टू डू. अगर इट्स ए मेक टेबल देन इट्स जस्ट एन, बिकॉज मेक टेबल डिलीट्स योर एग्जिस्टिंग टेबल एंड
या
क्रिएट्स ए न्यू वन. बट अपेंड में क्या होता है कि वो डिलीट नहीं करता, उसमें अंदर डालता है. और अपने 2 नया कॉलम ऐड किया तो फिर वो 2 कॉलम आपको एरर देगा. अगर इट
अच्छा
विल ट्राई टू, बिकॉज देयर विल बी 2 एडिशनल कॉलम इट विल आइडेंटिफाई ना.
ओके ओके फाइन
हाँ, but then yeah, try practicing it. You will definitely get into multiple scenarios where know you will try to solve, and then you will understand what we are trying to achieve here. Okay, I think that's it for today. I think we are done with the access. Next session we need to start with Tableau. SQL ka I'll keep an introduction session maybe next, or maybe in the last. I need to decide yet, but I think we are good to go for a Tableau now. So I'll share the instruction to install Tableau. It's available for free. I mean, the public version is available for free. I'll share the link with you all so that you can get it installed, and we can then start from next week. Okay. Any questions? So Javed, I want to know what is your experience so far. I think I am very much in connect with Divya, all other members who have joined today. But with you, I don't
Yes.
know. I mean, how is it going for you?
Actually, Piyush, issue is last session I missed it, and second thing I'm using the Mac, and I was not able to
Acha,
get the access. So I've already ordered a laptop which is still on the way, so probably it will reach by next week. So I
acha.
was just thinking, yeah, I'll have the OS laptop, and then I'll get this downloaded.
Acha.
So that's the reason I could not get involved, but I'm keeping it myself
Hmm.
like in the meeting, so that whatever you guys are discussing, I should at least go get some bit of it, and I can, when I have my laptop, I can go through all the videos.
Okay.
So that's the reason access part is something which I need to
Yeah.
download myself and go through it. That's the
Right.
only area where I have to revisit all your videos of last
Hmm,
two
hmm, hmm,
weeks.
hmm. Right. Right.
So from the initial Excel and all that, I'm doing the practice, which is going well,
Acha.
alhamdulillah.
Excel is
So
going well, so you feel
yeah,
confident about Excel. Huh.
in fact, I've used it in my couple of activities in office
Oh,
itself,
great. Good to know that.
and accountant has also, like, when I was showing them this video, they have this calculated field and all this. They are trying to use it.
Okay.
So I'm involving one of my team members from the accounts for
Hmm, hmm,
these videos as well.
hmm,
So
hmm.
it is helping us a lot.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
access is something which I need
Yeah,
to get
I
in.
know, I know, because access,
Mm.
but it's very important. So if you are trying to get
Yeah.
into this role, or to do some reporting, you need to understand the database concept. Hence, I took access.
Mm-hmm.
Access is not widely used now because there are a lot
Mm-hmm.
of tools has taken over access, because access comes with only 2 GB ka space. But it's important to
Mm-hmm.
understand all these concepts, append ka, joins ka, and make table ka, so that your database
Mm-hmm.
concept is clear, and then your SQL और वो सब थोड़ा easy हो जाता है समझने को.
Yes,
So it's
then
important. Yeah, both of
probably
the videos.
after next week I'll revisit all last 2 weeks,
हाँ,
especially last two sessions which I like. I might have just be there and I might
हाँ,
have
हाँ.
got just 10% of it. But inshallah, after this, when I have all these access installed in my machine, then after this I'll connect
Okay.
with you.
Yeah, you can reach
Okay.
out to me, so we can connect
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
in a separate. You
Definitely,
don't have
I'll.
to wait for a Saturday. I mean, in case
Yeah,
if you are
sure.
working, if you are stuck, just message me, and if I'm available, we
Yeah.
can connect. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So glad that glad to hear that you are able to find it useful, and are able to implement.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thanks.
All right, fine. That's it for today. Then reach out to me if you get stuck, or if you are trying to understand things. I'll be happy to help. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so much.
much. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.